Before this video begins, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, be sure to check out my affiliate links in the description below for discounts on car mods and other car products. Okay, let's get into the review. Hello and welcome. Today we are inside of a 2015 Mini Cooper Countryman S. This is an ALL4 model, meaning it is an all-wheel drive model. I would like to thank Soda Motors in Newport, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this vehicle. Their link is down in the description below, and this car is currently for sale. This Countryman S is finished in red, and it does have 2 rows of seats, with seating for 5. This weighs in at about 4,100 pounds. This specific one has about 165,000 miles, and is selling for $11,000. This is powered by a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, producing 181 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. This is mated with the 6-speed automatic shiftable transmission. This achieves 25 miles per gallon city, 31 miles per gallon on the highway, and averages for 27 miles per gallon combined. This does also have a 12.4 gallon fuel tank and requires premium fuel. This rides on some 17-inch alloy wheels, and they have 205 wide tires on them. The tires are also run-flat tires. This does have an 860-pound payload. On the exterior of this Countryman, in 2011, this generation released and was both the first all-wheel drive Mini Cooper model and the first 4-door Mini. This has independent front suspension and multi-link rear suspension. It has a white roof with a panoramic sunroof, which has 2 separate sections inside the car. This also has some nice chrome-capped mirrors, and those are full power folding and adjusting. This also has a nice vent on the side. It is a fake vent, but it looks pretty nice. Has some trim on it, some piano black trim. There is a rear spoiler on this vehicle, and it also does have dual exhaust. On the front here, you do get some HID headlights, and you get some halogen fog lights down below. You get a couple of air ram intakes. They are fake, but they look pretty cool. You have your grille, some nice chrome trim around all that. And then on the side profile, it looks pretty nice. It has a little bit of a stubby appearance. It's really just a stretched, typical Mini Cooper, but it looks pretty good in my opinion. In the rear, you do get your Cooper S badge, as well as your Countryman badge. And you get that dual exhaust. It really doesn't sound too bad in idle. And on top, once again, you do get your spoiler right there. For your fuel door right here, it is easy open, just has always open function right there, and it has a typical fuel cap. You do get chrome door handles inside of here with proximity sensors for the driver and passenger. Also, these are a rather interesting type of door handle, so to open them, instead of pulling just on this one chrome piece, right here you'll actually squeeze this plastic and it'll open like so. It's an interesting little touch. And let's have a hop inside. So for the door panel, for the driver, you do get right here a tweeter for a Harman Kardon premium audio system. You also will get a sound test at the end of this video. Here is your power lock button, your door handle button, and down here you get your mirror controls. And these are also full power folding, as I mentioned earlier. Up here is soft touch material, running all throughout here. Here's a hard plastic piece with a dark gray, almost like a smoky color. Here is hard plastic with this lighter beige color. But once again, it is nicely padded here for the armrest. And you get some nice full chrome touch window controls. And the driver and passenger are one touch. And so are the rear. So that is nice to have. You are greeted with a premium door sill here that is made of real metal and looks pretty good. It says Cooper S with some nice checkered flag designs. This is not a sports car, but it's a little bit more of a driver's car. It's the S, so it's aiming to be a little bit more fun and sporty. For the interior seats, they are full manual controls for the driver and passenger, but they are finished in a very nice and high quality feeling leather. They are a nice light sand type color, and they're very nice. pretty meaty bolstering for the torso and for the thighs. Also, you do get some manual lumbar controls for each of the 2 front seats right there. And to the left of your driver's steering wheel, you don't really get any controls over there, unlike in some cars. You just get a climate vent over there. For your steering wheel, it is a very nice leather wrapped wheel, and it has some stitching going throughout, some design stitching, not accent color, but some stitching going throughout it. On the rear, you actually get some paddles, which is interesting. Kind of a weird design, but yeah, they're okay to use. This does have some nice bolstering at 10 and 2, and overall it is a pretty nice looking wheel, although just a little bit bland. You do get your volume controls on the left and cruise control on the right. You also do get Bluetooth connectivity inside of here. This is also a tilt and telescope steering wheel. For your gauge cluster in here, it is a very simple gauge cluster. All it shows right there is going to be an analog gauge with the tachometer right there. And it'll also show your blinkers, of course, and your high beams. And you do get a digital speedometer inside of there, which is nice to have. For your center infotainment screen, you also actually do get an analog speedometer, which runs all throughout the outside of here. It's an interesting way to do it. And you get a screen here for your entertainment and such, and you can control those with the buttons around here. You also do get a fuel gauge digitally inside of here, along with your warning lights will be housed all within that same area. Your dashboard here is all soft touch material, except when you go lower, there is no padding for your knee or padding on the glove box, but that's okay. All the places you would be touching are soft padded, so that is nice. For your shifter here in the middle, it is a traditional shifter. If you go into reverse here, you actually don't get a rear reverse camera in here, but you do get parking sensors that activate, so I guess it's a decent compromise. Down below this, you do get a CD player, which is interesting. You get single zone automatic climate control, not dual zone, but that is okay. Down below that, you do get heated seats with 3 levels for both the driver and passenger. You also get a power lock button down here in the center, which is interesting. You get a sport mode that you can engage or disengage. You have a fog light button located in the center. And that is going to be about it for that control area. In front of the shifter, you do get 2 cup holders as well as a 9-volt charging port. Behind that, you do get a home that you can press to go to the main menu in your infotainment system. So you can access a few different things. And you can actually control it with this little nub in here, which functions both as an arrow pad and a twist knob. So you can go to navigation, which you have in here, telephone, radio, and vehicle info. So in vehicle info, you can do some of the basic controls. It's a pretty cool little system. And then to the right of that, you do get a button where you can once again just jump around to your presets. This right here is actually your hand emergency brake. It's a rather interesting design. You actually pull up right here horizontally, so that's very nice. You do get a center console right here, a very small one, albeit, and that will open and give you just a little bit of storage in there. Also, this is on a sliding rail system, so you can actually buy other accessories to put inside of here, such as a sunglass holder or some other ones. You also do get USB Type A and an aux port right in there. On the right, you do get your glove box. It is nicely damped and moderately large. Does well. Up above, you do get your power sunroof controls, and you do get your dome lights up in there. For your visors, you actually get 2 for the driver instead of just 1 for the passenger. So that does have a lighted vanity mirror, and on the left, you also do get a side one separate, which is nice. And if you pull out the main one, it does not slide out, but that is expected because it supplements it with that. And one more interesting feature is here is your key fob. You do have a power trunk liftgate button, lock and unlock buttons, but you don't need to because this is a keyless key, but you can actually put it inside next to the start button if you want somewhere to store it. So that's a nice little touch. And let's hop into the back seat. Alright, so in the back seat, it resembles the door panel very similarly to the front. Chrome window button, chrome door handle, and you have your Harman Kardon audio system, along with a nicely padded door panel and also a armrest. And hopping into the seats themselves, I have the driver's seat where I would have it. I'm about 6 feet tall with pretty long legs, and I can fit comfortably back here. My knees are just beginning to push up against the seat, but overall, I think it's okay back here. I have pretty good headroom above me, and the only thing is the window here is a bit low. You are at my eye level, and this is about equal to my forehead, the top of the windowsill, so I wish that were just placed a little bit higher, but it is okay overall. You do get 2 cup holders back here, a 9-volt charging port. No climate vents back here though, although this is a small vehicle, so I'll let it pass. And right here in your center seat, if you pull on that, you can actually turn it into a little bit of an armrest. So that is cool. And once again, if you pull it on any of the seats, they will pop down. And due to those straps, these are actually reclining seats, so you can adjust a couple of levels if you would like. And you do get a second tier of your sunroof back here with a manual sunshade, which is a very interesting touch. And let's look at that cargo area. So to open the trunk, you can push on the Mini logo, push it in like so, and it will open. It is not a power lift gate though, so there is no power close button. As for storage back here, with the seats up, it is really not that bad. Although it's a stretched Mini, although it's only a stretched Mini, it has a pretty decent amount of storage space back here, along with some mats. And below that, you do get some storage with, once again, some more floor mats. And you can close the very light tailgate, like so. Let's hop back in and discuss my final thoughts. Alright, so this 2015 Mini Cooper Countryman S ALL4, I think it's a pretty interesting package. It has some nice quirky features, and just some rather unique touches, but I think it's a cute little car. It feels okay to be in, visibility is pretty good, and overall I think it has enough fun and luxurious touches to be a pretty fun little driver's car to own. Thank you again to Soda Motors in Newport, Rhode Island for allowing me to review this car. This is currently for sale. That will just about wrap up this review, but feel free to stick around and check out an audio test of that Harman Kardon audio system. Thank you for watching, and take care.